Well, today's Saturday, but man, Keith almost got it done with your
Yeah.
value play yesterday.
Yeah, we were looming large come mid-stretch. Abuelo Paps, and then down to the inside, the DePaz runner with Jester or something or whatever
Sorry.
came and got me at
Yeah.
the wire. And
Yes.
I just held on for a second with Abuelo Paps, but yeah, he got bet down a little bit there. Good effort though. First off the claim, and the race. See if he comes back and runs good again. So
Keep an eye out. For
yeah, we
next
still
time.
caught the exact and some
Yeah.
other things, but man, the double was paying huge. That Hillwood Stables firster, they got it done. Impressive run off the slow break. The band runs on. Got it done at 3-wide advance for Rodney Jenkins. Tice line Pistina, $13. That was paying really good. So congrats to them though with that firster.
That was
impressive outing.
They're very professional in that first outing for the most part. And of course, before we get to Laurel, we also wanted to just check in on Rosecroft.
Ooh.
Yeah, check out that
Look at
carryover. Yeah, 43 grand. Just shy of 43.5.
Okay, jackpot super high five. Get in on that action Tuesday, April the 16th. Again, Teddy Bikes are he's the pro down there. He's got to put in a bet for me or something. I'll send him a couple bucks.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right.
Let's talk about racing here today. Of course, that early pick 5 starts on a splendid day. Gosh, Keith, so
Yes.
excited for that turf.
Yeah, listen, it's drying out. I know that with all the wind that we have, these gusts. It's back again today. The jockeys, the horses, everybody had to deal with it.
You can see
Predominantly, yeah, heading into the far turn. So wind aided opening quarters and halves. I mean, we saw the 44 and change,
Yes.
45 and 1 go up yesterday. Those internals were quick. There it is.
There's that,
Hang
yeah.
on tight, flagpole. But yeah. So you're going to be dealing with that, and those horses are going to have to deal with that headwind through the stretch run. So interesting. Maybe if you can get that covered up trip, it could work this afternoon.
Well, now that makes me think. That makes me rethink a pick or two of mine.
Okay.
And we'll get to that. But let's talk about this first race. Of course, early pick 5 starts in race number 1. 58 minutes to post. Your
Yeah.
current favorite is your 5-2. Our top selection in the 2. Royal Spy in this claiming 8,000, a 3/4 affair for the 3-year-olds. And up, Keith.
Wouldn't you know it? Kieran McGee off the claim. Torrealba. Good
Surprise,
combination. High
surprise.
percentages all the way around. Yeah, scratch the 1, the 3, and the 7. I liked quick return today coming in for Lake. Royal Spy, on the lead last time through slower internals. He's a horse, when I kind of know him in his best part of his game, he's kind of going to sit just off of it. With this field, I still think he's going to be fairly close. Living Water, the 5, looks to me the main target dropping down for Kreiser. Timothy Kreiser, we've seen a lot of these horses coming down for Penn. They're on a little bit of a break. I don't know if they're still on the break, but they were on a break. But they're taking advantage of the racing here at Laurel Park. So this one is quick. 2 back. Brits Candyman, we saw him not fare too well, but he's a quick horse. I think he sprints away. Royal Spy, the ability to sit, stalk, and pounce here in the opener. I think Count Christo, moving up a little bit, coming back quick, ran awfully game, off slow, gunned up, and still kept trying to cut back into the margin on that left lead. He's in form. That's the key. What do you do with the 8? Bonnie Bill, what do you make of this one for Kieran? This is sneaky. Now, showing up with a little early play, the yellow
intrigued.
highlight there, Maldonado. So I always kind of lean Kieran when he's got Torrealba. This is a horse, claim, drop, sent the dirt. Back buyers, okay, in India. Check some of those fields. They might be slightly inflated numbers. This isn't a move he does a whole lot of, though, claim and drop. Claim and hold or claim and raise, but this drop hasn't been his game. But yeah, that's a real question mark for me. But the road's going to go through the 5. Hopefully the 2 can make that move into it.
Okay, 2, 5, 6, 8 for Keith Bustel there in race number 1. Let's talk about your early pick 4
All
ticket
right.
starting in race number 2. Keith, how's your first leg look?
It's an expensive ticket. Hopefully everybody got
It's okay, I
paid
had an
yesterday and
expensive
held on a
ticket
little bit
yesterday.
of money. But I thought race 5 was just a maze. Too deep. Stick with the colors. Discreet Ops to get you started. Discreet Ops, a very good debut. Hasn't been seen. Stick with the colors like that one. 1A, 3, and 6 in race number 3. Too deep in the 4th. With the 2 and the 4. We're now down to a 4-horse field, unfortunately. Late scratch of the 3. Too many kisses. Also take out
Oh.
the 5 in there. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
you didn't get that one.
Nope, didn't get that one. Okay.
Yeah, we can double check. Make sure we can confirm if somebody can kind of
Yep.
talk in our ear. That's great. But I gotten that one in race 5. 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. I just, who to really trust in there? I don't know. So we're going to spread $30 for that ticket.
And let's go ahead and talk about that race that does open things up. Allowance optional 62.5 right off the get-go for these 3-year-old girls going 5.5. Scratching the 5 low mileage. Keith, you have the number 4 discreet ops on top for Benny Feliciano. Let's go ahead and take a look at that first win last time out.
It was a good one. Debut back in November as a 2-year-old at 20-1. The start, not great, bangs around, hits the gate. You see some other horses getting into some serious trouble leaving the starting gate there. But this one is able to recover. Loose leader, Dwella Dent, is out there on the front end and makes a good, steady progression inside. Nice ride here by Alvelo. Got this one to kind of relax, get into the bit, and just kind of kept on moving mid-turn. Eases out here to take aim, and it's over. Going to collar the leader, go clear, and widen by 7 and change. 12 flat. That's a good number. That's good time for these kind of 2-year-old fillies at this time. CC Royal, that was the debut for CC Royal. We've seen her get better and better and better. So, still a little worried, concerned. Why haven't we seen her since? I think she might have been a scratch one other time. The work forward moving into this, I think that work pairs up. It's comparable, equal to Copper Tax and another one of Gary Casparano's that particular day. They were much faster than everything else if you're into the works. But yeah, take a shot with her right back. But I think stick with the colors, the horse to beat. She's got a lot of seasoning through those first 2 races. Widen debut, in a duel, a spirited duel. She was the survivor of that, held on quite well. On that sloppy track, gets back to a fast track today. Key to the break. Inside, if she comes away cleanly the opening 8, she's going to be a menace, no doubt.
Nope, absolutely. You also stick with the 7 and the 6. Good Night, God Bless, and Crusader Rabbit, of course, second-time starter for Brittany and Sheldon. Yeah,
the bottom horse took advantage of that duel. Sloppy track, not to say that she can't come back and do it. Shortens up to 5.5. That may work against her a little bit. Right, Crusader Rabbit, hey, she ran well. She was hounded both sides, took that pressure, and kept on going for Brittany and Rapoli. We know that's a dangerous combination. She'll be up with that flow again today.
Absolutely. 4-1, 7-6 for Keith Fustel there in race number 2. Race number 3. His race number 3 is going to be a starter optional 12.5, going a mile and 16th on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. Scratching the 1 coupled entry Roan Burgundy, the 2 Golden Gully, the 7 Loose Goose. You go with the number 3 Fortune's Fool. I have in my picks Lacey Gaudette, Johan Rosado. Hard to keep this one away.
Scratches, man. They knocked me out here. I liked the 2 and I liked the plain 1. I kind of default into Fortune's Fool, a horse that. I was a little surprised at that race, even the 2-back and 3-back try, but giving a little break, I thought ran quite well. Made a pretty good run, sharper, second quarter, third quarter. Into that, a little bit of a fade. Can handle the 2 turns. There is now not a lot of speeding here. I think Chivalry will get put into contention early for Ness with J-Rod. But if Fortune's Fool just gets that patient ride, maybe sitting that cover we talked about through that backstretch run with the wind aiding them, and just sit there, maybe come out top of the stretch, take advantage of that. I like Fortune's Fool in here, second off the break for Lacey Gaudette.
Sure, of course. And then with the 6 and the 8, as you mentioned, Walkaway Joe underneath, of course, and Stacks of Silver, the other Capuano horse in this race.
That's the flyer at a price because Torrealba was named on Loose Goose, who looked like the obvious take. Again, maybe they knew this may not be running. So he goes here, but this horse can pop up at a price. And part of that flow, we talked about the flow. It's not going to be, I don't think terribly demanding here. I think Torrealba's going to have this one into the picture early. Walkaway Joe, good effort. That was a really good run, a grind from a wide trip. Save a little bit more ground. I think he's moving back in the right direction here for Phil Cap.
And as I mentioned with the scratch of the 7, I'm 1A364 there in race number 3. Race number 4, you were right. We do have a late scratch here in our first of the stakes in the Heavenly Cause. 1 turn mile in the dirt for the fillies and mares, 3 and up. Scratch in the 3, Too Many Kisses. So I go 2-4-6, you go 2-4-1 in those picks. So so then we just leave that leaves me going at 2-4-6 6-1, and then that
Okay.
leaves you going at 2-4-1-6. So, of course, let's talk about number 2, though, because she's the one to chase in this race. Intrepid Dream
Yeah.
for Gary Capuano. Javian Toledo takes the call. Let's take a look at that last effort out first off of quite a bit of a layoff.
Man, the Civ didn't fare too well yesterday. You know, it was a little bit, of a bad actor behind the gate that might have thrown everything off. But, we're going to come right back here with Intrepid Dream. Gary Cap ready to have another good day, it looks like. Yeah, she's handled layoffs, patiently handled, 5 of 6. All she does basically is win. Took advantage of this kind of comfortable flow, was able to make the move into Dr. Abby and go on about her business. The big mare here, again, she's going to have a little speed to target. Pace could be a little bit quicker. Let's see, how she handles this, because this horse coming in from the fairgrounds, Sweet Child of Mine, dangerous up front. A little bit more of a speed and lean bottom side, but given the ability to relax a little bit, mind shaft, elusive quality. I'm not saying that she can't go. Now she's just coming off of an A other than win. The 2-back, she's a little bit flattered from that 2-back try, because Speedy Traveler, 84 next out, and a two other than, and a good effort. So needed that race on a little bit of on that break from June to February. Comes back, airmails it. It's going to be her race to lose on the front end. I don't think Intrepid Dream is quite as quick as her. She's going to have to keep her in her sights, but maybe she just can't. The one-turn mile, that
It's
longer
tricky
stretch.
here.
She's used to a long stretch at the fairgrounds, so that's the kicker with her. So 2-4-4-2. That looks like one of the 2 winners here, and one of those 2 I think should win it in the 4th. We're not going to get a whole heck of a lot of value.
2-4-1-6 for Keith Fustel there in the Heavenly Cause. Let's go ahead to race number 5 in a maiden claiming 45, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt. For these girls, 3, 4, and 5. Keith, you have the number 3, Dead Sexy for Madison Myers Yomar Ortiz. Good effort, first time out.
Reach at a little bit of a price. Another kind of a scramble of a race 5. Big field, 10 horses. These fillies, I couldn't make much out of anything. I think there is going to be some speed. I don't trust a whole lot of the speeds. I think Dead Sexy, I should have put this video up, but I thought she ran quite well in debut. It was a little bit of a speed lean track. You see the comment, steadied at the half, was kind of moving up to contention, had to steady, put the brakes on. Worked out, made another run wide, upper stretch, behind the next out winner. I like that. She churned on. 6 furlongs works. I think she's got positional speed. If she gets through the first 8, get out of the gate clean, she's going to stalk and move into this. And I think a player for Madison Myers at a good 8-1 morning line.
Absolutely. You go with the Italian War Cry underneath for Kenny Cox and at Javian Toledo.
Yeah, this one was just getting better and better prior to the layoff. So, again, here's the question. Where's she been? So we're going to have to trust in Kenny Cox that he's got this one ready. The works are very forward. I like that 3/4 pop into this one, making sure that stamina doesn't want to come up short. She's going to bring a finish against this group, no doubt, with Toledo. I like her, and I like that she keys up against Hane Blue, who came back to win an allowance race.
There we go. Wonder Girl with Bob Caceres and Torrealba both having wins yesterday, kind of hoping to continue that momentum off the layoff.
Yeah, suffered a DQ, unfortunately, a couple races back. She's okay, turf or dirt. She's going to be up with it. Can Torrealba get her to rate a little bit and make a move and, have enough bottom? Can she finish here? Cozy Notion looks to be the speed of the speed to me on this outside post. She's back with the girls.
Yep.
Now, granted, she was only in a 3-horse field in debut, but broke a little slow. Golden Charm, decent numbers enough. Good family there for Cozy Notion. Clever mind, follow the dog. She set sail with the wind at the back. See if she can separate and see how far she can go. Dead Sexy, though, maybe, or Italian War Cry from off the pace to get it done.
Race number 6 starts the Rainbow Pick 6 and also the Jackpot Super High 5 in this restricted allowance for these girls. But let's take a look. I got a cheaper ticket today. But I got lucky with the single and Shaft's Bullet. That kind of says it enough in itself. Race number 9, the Frank Whiteley, I think is a bit competitive. Still holds a good strong field at 9 or 10. So I go 4 wide on that race. The rest 2, 3 wide. There's some key horses around there in those races, but a $28.80 ticket. And as I mentioned, starts in this allowance for the state restricted fillies, going a 1-turn mile on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. You have the number 4, just as I do. Let's take a look at that Bay Street effort from last time out in the Conover, still with Katie Voss for Javian Toledo.
This was a good effort. I got nothing but good things to say about this effort. I thought, chasing had to kind of take back a little bit, prompted that issue, and make another move. So making 2 moves into the race is always tough for a horse, but she's able to do it. 23:46. So sharper internals in the conniver. Lack of Lasix here. No Lasix in these stakes. Makes another little, tries to make a little run here to mid-stretch, just to flatten out ever so much. Late. Has shown, has gotten through the A other than, open A other than, right?
Right.
At this distance. She's going to have to deal with a little bit of speed to the inside. Angel of Canterbury, I think, will go ahead and go from out of there. But, she should be good off of these last couple races to have enough finish to hold on late. If there's anybody that's going to be charging maybe at a price, Red Wine Time. We know she does not like to come out of the gate. She hates the gate. But even with those issues, she was against the bias last time out, still trying to churn on. I think she's got a chance at a price to close in, maybe upset the apple cart, but definitely help your exactest tries in supers. Because you've got cover the spread coming off of a break. Brittany let us down with that angle yesterday with Haley B, but I think this one was getting better before the break to bring a finish. Midsummer's Eve, your second horse. Time to stretch out. Yes, 2 7/8 out now to the 1 turn mile. Lasix going on. Berzina, the Lasix stat for Tim Keefe is off the charts.
Yes.
37% first Lasix ROI, 467. Man, that is strong. And she was so determined in debut. Still going to have to run a little faster.
Yep.
Well, wait here, Lasix. You might be able to get it done. 4.258. Brooklyn Girl's been steady every race, making some improvements. She's got that grinding style.
And we'll be right back after this commercial break to talk about the rest of Saturday's card, including the 3 stakes.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
And we are back in race number 7, claiming 20,000 for these straight 3-year-olds going 5.5 on the dirt. Scratch and the 3 horses, the 2 Shake the Gold, 6 Hammer, 9 Chuck Adams. You and I still end up landing on Dance for Green for Jerry Robb and J. Ron Barbosa on the rail.
Yeah, Scratch Hammer, Key Scratch, my man Jack, the real Hammer. He'll be over Shaq's a little bit later this afternoon, him and his buddy Buttercup. But anyhow, that's a story for another day. I wanted to get anybody in trouble.
I can't wait to hear it. Okay, continuing on.
Okay, continuing on. They continue that way. Oh, Costi Karas. But no, Dance for Green. Yeah, Jerry Robb is back with a vengeance. 3 for 7 over the last week, 5 for 7 in the money with an ROI of 257. I just like the position here at the 5.5. Caught wide last time. Numbers moving up, improving some speed in here to set it up. I think you've got Irish Bandit, the other Robb, burning up the dough. Little Lance will be forward. It's just getting better, and I think I can trust her. Again, good position into the turn, and she'll bring enough finish to maybe eke it out late. Little Lance, a 3-time winner. You got to respect that. Has definitely made some improvements, some big jumps over the last couple, especially going from that sloppy track to the fast track at Parks. Kingdom Force.
Talk to me.
Yeah, Raymond Ginter, Martina Rojas, when you least expect it, boom, there they are. Kingdom Force, a few races back, beats Dance for Green. If you like Dance for Green, you're looking at the page, you got to use Kingdom Force.
Right.
So definitely a reach the last couple. And at no point, really, February 24th just moved up, glided up to him, and looked like it never really looked like a loser. I mean, so see if he can kind of get back to form here and wake up, and still should hold a good number against this group. Kneel to the King. I'm just a little leery of the drop here. This horse has shown some ability in for the 20. Aggressive move here for Phil Cap. Wouldn't be a complete surprise if got Toralba, who won on this horse after encountering some trouble. So I'll key around the 1 there, Dance for Green.
Toralba having a good day yesterday. Maybe he'll continue it a little bit today. But let's move on to the continuation of our stakes races, starting with the Prima Nota in race number 8. 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for the girls 3 and up. No show or superfecta bets in here. Scratches, we get down to a 4-horse field. A scratch of the 1 Photo Finish, the 6 Secret Love, and the New York Shippin', the 7 Can't Hurry Love. You and I both land. because the race opens wide up for Disco Ebo for Butch Reed and Sheldon.
Well, last time out, we got video of this last race on the 17th of February, and I was a little surprised to see Beneath the Stars go like she did,
Right.
and just hounded Disco Ebo, and she did it at her peril, Beneath the Stars. I mean, once they went and they hooked up, I didn't really give the 9 a chance of winning, and I thought the 4 was definitely at 7/8 of a mile. Lack-a-Lasix, she was in trouble. But man, she fights on. She's able to separate and just gives way ever so grudgingly the last 16th of a mile. Sets it up for these closers. Apple Picker, Last Leaf. She's back. She's really good. 10 for 21 lifetime. She's got to get back on her game. And it'll be interesting to see if Beneath the Stars goes again. But she draws outside. Maybe she'll relax a little bit better. 3/4 of a mile could be an advantage. But I tell you what, this Ness horse, just a shorter field.
I originally had this horse on top.
Hey, listen, she has been.
And I might go back.
She's got a lot of lengths to make up if you just go off the page to Disco Ebo. But now it's Ness, and you look at visually her. You watch her last 2 races on the replays. The only question to me now is coming back off of Lasix, how she's going to react to that. Because she's been powerful the last couple. Got under a little bit of a ride mid-turn last time. Got that seam and really kicked away strongly. So her last 2, impressive for this barn. She'll be lurking if things kind of heat up. And anonymously, all she does is run good. She's back awfully quick. So there you go, 5-3, 4-2 short field, but it's going to be a competitive for Minetta.
It'll be fun to watch, especially in that first half of the race, to see kind of what it's going to be the first half and then the last 8th, last 16th to make things interesting if Disco Ebo doesn't fly off.
Again, like you say, so again with Beneath the Stars, she was running her really good races from just off of it.
Yes.
But now you're down to a 4-horse field. If you let Disco Ebo go,
it's
it just could be all she rode.
So yeah, no, it's going to be the 4-horse makes it actually a bit more interesting here. Let's carry on to the Frank Whiteley though.
Right.
Race number 9, going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Scratching the 8, Brother Conway. I was intrigued by that horse.
Okay.
Anyways, regardless, you go with the number 7 on top. Prince of Jericho coming into swing for Brittany Russell, second off the layoff with Sheldon.
And again, you might get a Russell horse at an okay price here. 6-1 morning line. I think might just tick down a little bit. But if he's to make a jump, I think it's now. I like how they spaced this race out off of the return try, and that was a grueling final 8/16 16th of a mile, and was able to dig in when taking on the older rivals. I thought this was a really, really good run for this one. 3's over Deuces, his comeback in very good form. He's run a couple bang-up races. Prince of Jericho loves this track. He loves the 7/8 of a mile. You key him up against Ribbit, who's been in very good form of late, running big in some big stakes. 7/8, I wish a little bit of the speed might have stayed in with Brother Conway, but he was into it last time. Very relaxed, just off the pace. I think he'll be sharp with this spacing to stalk and grind it out. It's a good race, the Whiteley. I think this could go a number of ways. Coastal Mission, we have a video. Jeff Runkel doesn't come down here unless he means business, and this is a really, really good racehorse. 11 for 18 lifetime. Suffered a little adversity early on in the stymie here at Aqueduct on the sloppy track, going a mile. Now we're second off a break, back to a distance that he loves. He has some familiarity with this racetrack. Made the move into some good horses. And was a little bit softer flow, so the leader had that advantage. It just fades late. Out of that race, 6th place finisher. Came back. Castle Chaos just missed the post time in the Grade 2 Carter. Coastal Mission, I think, will definitely be forward in here. Swift Shore might be the speed of the speed from the outside. Another one very potent at 7/8 of a mile. So I think with the scratch of Brother Conway, it's going to help his chances even a little bit more. 7-1, 9-6, 24 Mamba. Nothing but good things to say about that one. Got the better of Swift Shore a couple races back. Will be forward. Little question mark horse is the 4 Royal Ship Grand Motion. This is a horse, an 8-year-old now, making his way. He was out running in California against some of the best horses in the country.
Right.
Off of a break, and Graham off of these longer breaks on the dirt, he's been pretty good, 24%. But it's the sprint. I mean, is this a setup for something, some of these other races down the road. Interesting for this 8-year-old getting back to the races here.
I was intrigued. It's due to the long layoff, and usually this horse runs well off of the layoff. Again, you said it, we're shortening up. I was intrigued anyway. It's depending on what kind of price you can get underneath with Royal Ship. But 7196 for Keith Fustel there in the Frank Whiteley. And let's go to the Native Dancer, our last stakes race of the day. A mile and an eighth on the dirt for the 3-year-olds and up. And we're all going to be taking a look at Shafts Bullock. Why don't we do that right now and take a look at that effort last time out in the Howard E. Johnson Memorial with Carlos Lopez on.
Got back to it. A really good return from December to February when caught wide after a slower start and kind of just really survived the battle through the stretch. Returns second off the break in the Harrison Johnson. It really runs big. Prompts the issue. Decent internals, takes control, and just kicks away here. And proven without the Lasix in this particular race. Going to go up a couple pounds here today. But like the finish, 1-turn mile. Now, 2-turn tries. He's got one back on the page. That's good. So at a mile and an eighth. But I think he's sharp enough now, Lopez, and gets along with him beautifully. So this one with a cleaner break, I think he's just going to be able to go up and relax just off the pace. He gets first run here today. Gary Cap, a little stat for you the last 3 years. This is pretty good. 46%, 6 for 13, 9 for 13 in the money. Dirt routes third off of this type of layoff. 338. Price horse in here ain't the beer cold. Definitely wish, maybe an inside post, but looking at the field, he should be able to clear. I don't think he ran that terribly chasing Bob Marco around the racetrack last time.
No.
And when he gets the lead, he can be brave. He's going to have this one carry him a little bit down the backstretch around the far turn to the quarter pole. I think Shafts Bullet makes that run into him. Maybe they just kind of go on their own little match race from the head of the lane home. That's what I'm hoping for. 3-7-2-6. Van Scholar's another one third off of a break. This horse I always like. Looks like he's kind of getting it together, right?
Don't jinx it.
He's
I'm
not
excited.
running as kind of erratically and everything like that. Big effort when altering course through the stretch last time out. Phil Capuano set up possibly to have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about it, good potential day for the whole family there. And that wraps up our stakes action.
Yeah.
We go to the finale here in race number 11, a claiming 5,000, going 3/4 of a mile on the dirt for these girls, 3 and up. You go with the rail horse, Sweet Heidelberg. Dennis DeBrujo takes the call.
Yeah, just a jam down here. No run whatsoever. Bumps, beaten a pole, beaten 30 and change off the break. Now we're second off of a break. I like the way she ran 2 races back when caught wide at a mile and an eighth. You're saying, well, why sprint? But she's got some okay sprint tries. Nothing spectacular, but I don't think this field is that tough for her. She's going to like the relief. And she's lurking mid-turn. I think she can run over the top and get you home in the finale, Arojo Corrales combo.
1-8-5-6 there for Keith Fustel there in race number 11. Now, let's have a chat about, you don't have a best bet, but 2 value plays.
Yeah, a couple value plays
Yeah.
today, and that's kind of, I just couldn't really latch on anything.
Fair enough.
A couple of these horses are going to be shorter prices, so I'm not going there. I'm going with a value play in race number 5, correct, with the 3, Dead Sexy, Madison Myers.
Yep.
Showed a lot of grit. Coming off of that trouble trip, was moving nicely at the half. Had to put on the brakes. Another run behind that Phil Schoenthal horse that came back to run a good number, was impressive, winning next time out. So why not? You've got a couple horses off of brakes. She's got the fitness now off of that one try. I think if Yomar can get her in a position around the turn with any real hiccups, it should be a factor at a good number.
There we have it. And your other value play is in race number 10, Ain't the Beer Cold underneath for Kenny Cox and Javian Toledo at 20-1.
One of my favorite horses.
Yes,
So I've
he is.
always liked this, Chuck
Why
Thompson,
not?
the whole Orioles deal. Orioles, man, didn't get a rough game last night. The bats just couldn't catch fire. But maybe Ain't the Beer Cold will work. A good break. Set sail. Go clear and drop in and take him as far as you can, because I know this old guy, if he gets out there, I think he's going to be brave today, liking that wind, pushing him down the backside. And hopefully, like I say, maybe he'll upset Shafts Bullet. That'll help her exacta. There you go.
And there we have it. Thanks, Keith Fusel, for joining us here today. The lovely stakes action today here at the lovely Laurel Park. Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches.
All right, good luck.